and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for the welcome to the podcast.
You're welcome.
Yes, it is a good podcast day as usual.
Yeah.
So let's see, solid 65 degrees in the Salt Lake Valley today. I saw some new stuff that said it's going to be like wintry weather somehow this week.
What?
Weather is weird, man.
So it is 73 degrees.
There you go. That's what we're here for. Give us a 73.
Or
76 maybe.
23 if you live somewhere decent.
Yes, somewhere decent indeed. Yeah, look at this. The low temps
Yeah.
for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are all below freezing here. Like, what is
wow.
going on? Yeah, it's just been like the crazy warmest January, February, and March on record. And then we hit April, and the weather's like, actually, we're not done with winter quite yet, but we have some below freezing temps.
Yeah.
Why? Couldn't tell you. No idea.
Apparently next week, Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to get back up over 30 degrees Celsius. So
that's it. Our weather is just reversed
yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah. For obvious reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really looking forward to the temperature going back up.
No, and I'm not looking forward to below freezing temperatures either. So we're both going to be very unhappy.
Yeah.
All right, start off the pod. Can I tell you a story?
You certainly can.
So I'm getting a haircut. Talking to my haircut person about the zoo for some reason.
Sure.
Which reminds me of Punch the Monkey, who's in some Japanese zoo, right? Have you heard the story of Punch the Monkey?
No.
Okay, so long story short, Punch the Monkey was born in a zoo in Japan, and his mother wanted nothing to do with him. She abandons him. She won't take care of him at all.
I have heard of this, I think, yeah.
Okay. So, long story short, the zoo caretakers give him a little stuffed monkey to be his surrogate mother. And so he drags it everywhere, and he's like, this is my mom. When he needs comfort, he like runs back to the stuffed monkey, and everything's fine. And then the stories go, okay, he tries to make friends with the other monkeys, and they're like, screw you, man, and they won't let him play with them. And everyone's like, Punch, my heart. You have dealt with so much rejection in your life. You're such a cute little monkey. We love you, Punch. Hope things get better for you. And then the stories start coming out that he starts to make some friends. Like, he makes a friend, right? One monkey who doesn't reject him and is like, let's be friends, Punch. Everybody's like, oh, Punch, things are getting better for you in 2026. This is wonderful. So I'm like, let's talk about Punch. And she goes, Punch died yesterday. And I'm like, what the hell? What? She's like, yeah, it was all over my social media yesterday. It's this incredible sad thing. He had a congenital heart defect that they didn't detect. That's why his mom rejected him, because she could tell that his heartbeat was irregular, and he died. And I'm like, no, 2026. Why can't you let us have anything good?
Why is
so I'm in a barber chair, right? So I don't have access to my phone because I'm covered by like the
top thing,
the sheet thing. I'm like, I can't fact check this, and she can't fact check it because she's cutting my hair. So I'm just like sitting with this. And finally cuts the hair, finishes the haircut. I go to pay, and she's like, let me fact check that. I'm like, yes, let's please do that. So she fact checks it, and she's like, oh, no, that was just a rumor that like some account started and it blew up. Punch is fine. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Thank you for ruining my day for about 10 minutes there, lady. Man, got to fact check these things, people. You can't just be randomly spreading lies about the most adorable, sad baby monkey in the world dying from a heart defect.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was just like, man, 2026 can't give us anything nice, can it? Just not a single, you can't get a single happy baby monkey. It has to take that from us too. But then it didn't. And I was like, we are all Punch. That's what I've decided. We're all Punch. We're persevering. We're getting better. He's kind of outgrowing his stuffed monkey mother. Like he's kind of leaving it behind more often now. And that's awesome. He's getting older and making more friends. And if
Uh-huh.
Punch can make it, we can all make it too. That's what I've decided.
We're all Punch in God's Zoo. Yeah.
Yes, correct. You're all Punch. God's Zoo. What's up, Psycho Nuts? That's right. We root for Punch in this house.
Yeah, okay. So that's a story. Twist, turns.
Serious roller coaster.
Yeah. I was just thinking, is this the second famous monkey that's gonna die in a zoo? Right?
Well, first of all, Harambe is a gorilla.
Okay, fine. Is this the second famous simian that's gonna die in a zoo?
Oh man.
Which,
I mean,
statistically, yes, we're just early.
yeah, right. I mean, what is the average age span of a Macau monkey?
Yes, it's a Japanese macaw. Let's see. Does this say average lifespan?
27 years. Hell yeah. He's got this. Let's go.
Punch could outlive one of us.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easily could outlive one of us.
Yeah.
All right, that's my new goal. I want Punch to outlive me. Go Punch. We're rooting for Punch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Team
So
Punch.
that was my afternoon today. Man, my heart. I don't think I can take something like that again. Anywho.
So I have a small story, if you want it, which is I received this in the mail, which is a sticker from your merch store.
Hey, look at that.
I
Good old
bought,
Terran Stomp.
yeah, I bought it along with a Terran Stomp shirt. The shirt arrived 2 weeks ago, and I was
Oh.
like, huh, my sticker didn't come with it. I guess that's an issue, right?
Yeah.
That's a bug.
Yeah.
But if you ordered one, it might turn up separately 2 weeks later, packed like this in an envelope with no note. So
Good to know. Yes, if you buy merch at falconpaladin.store and you buy more than one thing, they might not come together.
yeah, just a PSA for everyone.
Yeah, it's just generally a thing, though. I buy stuff from Amazon, and it's like, this will arrive on Thursday, and this will arrive 2 weeks from now. And it's like, okay, fine. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Just-
good to know.
Just good to know.
Check out falconpaladin.store. A lot of merch out there. Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Glad it worked out. Let's see. What else is happening? That's about it. Some sports ball is happening, but nobody cares about that.
I mean, is it interesting, or does really nobody care about it? Like, not even the
Well,
sports people.
I mean, I think the most interesting thing right now about the NBA is that Victor Wembanyama. I think I've talked about him on the pod. He's like the 7'9" French center kid.
Yeah.
Like he's got a team right now that the NBA experts are like, you can win the title this year. Like it's his third year in the league. There's never been a team with a superstar in their third year who hasn't made a solid playoff run yet that has then won the title.
Okay.
It's generally believed that you have to make a decent playoff run, get punched in the mouth by a better team or a more experienced team. Then you're like, oh, this is what the playoffs says. Okay. And then the next year you can come back and win it. But if you don't have that punched in the mouth experience, again, conventional wisdom is that you shouldn't be able to win the title. It's hard. But I don't know. It's a really scary good team. Victor Wembanyama is an alien. We've never seen anybody like him before, so maybe they can do it. So I think that's what I'm most interested in right now with the NBA is, can the Spurs win a title and buck conventional wisdom about what it takes to win a title? I mean, it's the same thing in esports as well, right? Nobody comes into has their first major run in, at a BlizzCon or at a Home Story Cup or whatever and ends up winning the whole thing.
For our sport, I will say yes.
Yeah.
I will not attest to all esports. That is how that goes.
Fair. I mean, any esport that has an established core of really good players.
Right.
If it's an esport that 3 people play, yes, fine.
If we you know what? If I decide I'm gonna host the World Championship TCG tournament of whatever's in my drawer, and players have to come and only get to collect cards that are in my drawer, and obviously I get first dibs and I win the first time, that's not the same, right?
Right.
It's just I think
Right.
with team games, and I'm surprised to hear about it in basketball, to be honest. Because in theory, a team game should be a team activity, and Victor
is.
might be new, but the rest of the team isn't, right? Or at least most of the team. They've all had their punch in the face run.
No, because here's what the Spurs did. I'm gonna complain real quick. So the Jazz have a superstar in Donovan Mitchell that doesn't want to play for them anymore. He's got like 4 years left on his contract, and it's like, fine, we'll trade you to the Cavs. We'll get a bunch of draft picks back. We'll get a couple of players. And then they get these picks and they turn into high draft picks. But then the lottery, it's not set to where the team with the worst record gets the first pick, right? If you're in the like 10 worst teams, then they do some ping pong ball stuff and randomize it. And then you could get the 6th pick if you're the worst team in the league, just to make it a little more random.
Sure.
So the Jazz get dropped down in their draft odds and end up getting like pick 8, pick 10, pick 7, and it's fine. It's good. And they're doing okay, and they're developing their talent. But then the Spurs, they move up in their draft odds for 3 straight years, get number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, and then the number 4 pick. So the core of their team are these 3 young dudes. The best players on the team are these 3 young dudes. They've got De'Aaron Fox, who is more of an established player, but he played for the Kings, which are a historically bad team. And I don't know if he's had a run. Okay. So what I'm saying is I'm not sure there's anybody on the team who's really had a playoff run, because it's a good question. Samacron, great question. Aren't there like 5 or 6 veterans on the team who've done this before? No. It turns out there aren't, actually.
Oh, okay. So this is a whole new team, huh?
It kind of, well, again, De'Aaron Fox has been in the league for 10 years. He just never had a playoff run.
Right.
And yes, I'm looking at this now. The Kings did make the playoffs for the first time in about 20 years, back in 2023, and they immediately lost in the first round. And they never won again.
Calling themselves the Kings is a little optimistic.
Yeah, you think? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, not De'Aaron Fox. I mean, am I missing anybody else on the Spurs roster that's like any good?
Lindy Waters III.
Devin Vassell, no. Julian Champagne, no. Carter Bryant, no. Luke Cornett, no. Kelvin Johnson, no.
Either of the Harrisons? Ingram or Barnes?
Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes actually does have some playoff experience.
Okay. But
remember those incredible Warriors teams back in the mid-2000s? He was on those teams.
Okay. I mean, for my position, I would imagine the opposite is also true, where if you only have one player who's done a veteran run, got punched in the face, that doesn't count for the team.
Yeah. Right. And especially if it's not the best player. If it's just some bench guy, it doesn't really help you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Is Victor Wembanyama an alien enough to win the title and do something no one's ever done, or not? I think I'd put my money on not.
Okay. Spurs are number 2 in the Western Conference at the moment.
I know, and they're playing really well, but regular season is so much different from the playoffs.
Okay.
I've reached this point with the NBA, especially. I don't care what you do in the regular season. You won every game in the regular season. Don't care. Do it in the playoffs. Like, show us when it matters. There are too many teams that win 65, 66, 67 games in the regular season. The Cavs did this last year, and all the fans are like, 67 wins. We're the best team in the league. And then the playoffs come around. In the second round, they get their face kicked in and they lose. It's like, yeah, because regular season doesn't matter. It doesn't. It has no indication. It has some indication of how you do in the playoffs. Right. If you take a 20-win team and put them in the playoffs, they're going to lose. Right? So it means something. It means you're not a horrendously terrible team, but it doesn't mean you're an actual title contender.
Right. I'm just noticing here, Jazz happen to be 14th, and Kings is 15th in the Western
Yeah.
Conference.
The Jazz are intentionally losing all of their games to get a good draft pick this draft. And they'll try next season. That's the plan.
I mean, they still got to win the ping pong randomization active,
Yes.
to see if they actually get
Correct.
the best picks, right? Still.
Correct. You're exactly right about that.
Yeah.
So here's how this is working. The Jazz have a lot of talent. They've got a lot of good players that I'm listening to NBA podcasts, and the experts are like, they have a lot of talent on this team. But they're doing such a good job tanking it that they'll be like, hey, Kyle Filipowski, you're too good. You get to play the first half. We are not playing you the second half of any of these games. Or like, Keontae George, you have a hamstring now that's injured that we're not going to show anyone the injured hamstring. Just believe us.
Right.
You're out for the rest of the season. Okay. Laurie Markkinen, same thing. Oh, Walker Kessler, you're injured too. Cool. Bye. So they have a bunch of dudes that everybody in the NBA really likes. So I think even if they get screwed with the ping pong balls this season and in the draft, they don't end up getting a top 5 pick or something, that they're still going to go for it. They're still going to put everybody in next season and try to see how far they can take it.
Fair enough.
And I am curious. I'm curious to see how they can do, because they do have some really, really good pieces. Yeah, but if they end up getting like the number 1 pick in the draft randomly this summer and then adding that to this team, then that's amazing. That'll be incredible.
Yeah, will it? Because you've just told me that if you get a newbie, no matter how good they are, they're going to get punched in the face first. So if you add a newbie to the Jazz and they go all out, they won't win because that player needs to get punched in the face.
Yeah, and look, if this turns into the Jazz make a playoff run next season and lose, fine.
Okay.
And then they win the next season, that's totally acceptable. I'm not saying the Jazz are going to win the title next year.
Look at you showing your team spirit and pride. They will not win the title next year.
They won't.
Fair enough. I mean,
They won't.
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, it's realistic, if nothing else.
Yeah, I try to be realistic. I do. Try to look at teams.
What do you think of the disparity in the terms of players between like the Kids and the Oklahoma Thunder? Do you think the Thunder, because they're at the top of the conference that I'm seeing at the moment, right?
Yeah, best record in the league.
Yeah. Do you think if you took out their star player and put me in, the Kings could beat them? Or do you think like the Thunder could still trash the Kings?
So basically, they're playing 4-on-5.
I can throw a ball. I used to play basketball, I'll have you know. Yeah. When I was
So they're
14 and didn't have metal in my ankle or, be 100 pounds overweight. Yeah.
Right? Important facts.
You give me a season to, like, get into shape. And the paycheck that comes with playing for a top 10 team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That'd be nice.
4-on-5. Do you think they could do it?
It is 4-on-5. Like one game, just like one 60-minute game.
One 60-minute game. Could the best beat the worst 4-on-5?
Yeah. That's a great question. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's the other thing about the NBA is that there's just a lot of talent right now. And so even the worst teams still have like 3 or 4 guys. You're like, these guys can play. This is legitimate talent here. It's just not as good as anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. It's the stat that if you're over 7 foot in America, there's a 17% chance you're playing in the NBA right now.
Right.
Because there's just that few people that it turns out the population that's in the NBA is 17% of the American population. That's over 7 foot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So statistically, a lot of teams are going to have some.
Yeah. And again, height's not everything. Just
Not
because
everything.
you're not 7 feet doesn't mean you're not an insanely good player.
That's true. That's true. But it certainly helps.
Hmm.
Yep. Anyway.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Victor Wembanyama being the example here is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. Moving on from the sports ball.
Mm-hmm. Should we talk about the animes?
Yeah. Freerun has wrapped up its season, 10-episode season, a little short, but we'll take it if the option is nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, they've announced a new season, so it's not like it's gone forever.
It's not gone forever. But yeah, what did you think of the last episode?
I'm trying to make sure I'm caught up, because I think I am.
Tell me what happened in the last episode, Falcon.
The last episode that I watched, they...
Did anyone build a bridge?
Did anyone build a bridge?
So no, you're not caught up. That doesn't
That is
stand out.
not
to
sounding like I'm caught up, no.
you. Okay. You are not caught up. Excellent.
No. Somehow, one of these things air. I thought I got it last week.
2 or 3 days ago?
Wish it would tell me. Anyway, I thought these things... Whatever. So, no.
Okay.
But I am caught up through Himmel's memoirs.
Mm-hmm. That's episode 9, I believe. Yeah.
It is episode 9. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a good one. That was nice. I don't think we've talked about that one on the pod.
Probably not. Do I remember the episode I watched over a week ago? They're stuck in a place because the winter's crazy. Then they have no money, so they work for barter. They go in and steal a book from a monastery.
Mm-hmm.
It's Himmel's memoirs, and Freerun shows the longing she has for her dead companions, who she absolutely disregarded in his own life.
Correct. Yeah. It's kind of a major theme of the show, is that she's like, man, Himmel sure was great. I didn't show him that at all when he was alive.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a nice moment too at the end when they get into the monastery and the guy who hired them is like, I just want Himmel's memoirs. They're really valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So Freerin goes and is leafing through it and is obviously remembering, a lot of memories with her crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, all right, here it is. Here's your payment.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude's like, all right, like, I had my suspicions before, but I think you're that elf that was traveling with Himmel, the hero, 100 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I saw how you looked at those pages, and you should have the book.
It's weird nobody remembers her name and isn't like, oh, you're Freerun, the mage on the Heroes Party? I absolutely know who you are. You're a huge celebrity.
Right. It's just Himmel.
It's just Himmel.
But yeah, and nobody's like the priest, and nobody's like the dwarf. It's all Himmel.
I feel like the priest Haidar got his recognition within the church because he died a super important cardinal or whatever, right?
Yeah, right.
But the dwarf's still alive as far as we know. I think that's gonna be the plot twist when they finally get to the end. And well, we're at the place where you can visit the spirits of the dead, and the dwarf's gonna be there, and he's gonna be like, "Sup, Stark? I died while you were away. I died alone, Stark. I died alone." And Stark will cry, and then lose his legs.
Yes, accurate.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And then Freerin just kind of spent her time in the forest picking flowers. So she didn't have any further fame after defeating the Demon King, right?
It's true. Everyone put up statues of Himmel. Only a couple statues of all of them.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
I guess it makes sense. But the name should still tick people off, I feel like.
It should. I mean, I just wonder if most humans in this world have a hard time wrapping their head around the idea that elves live forever.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? They're like, man, that looks like the elf that was traveling with Himmel, but that can't be her. She doesn't look old, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, one of the earlier episodes, like season 1, is Frieren meeting another elf, and they both have this kind of moment where they're talking about, I thought maybe we had already all died out, and so, like, we might be witnessing the first few years, and I mean, it's been like 80 years since they defeated the Demon King.
Right.
That, like, the idea of elves themselves are entirely moving into legend, and so, like, yeah, we have monsters and demons are still kind of a thing, but not in the lowlands, all just like the northern plains.
Right.
And so, like, this is elves moving into myth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he had the memory. He knew
Mm-hmm.
there was an elf mage who traveled with Himmel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he hadn't been taught that. He hadn't learned that at some point. So
I just feel like if Himmel and the Heroes Party happened in the real world, people would still be naming their kids Freerun, you know?
yeah.
Like, there'd be Freeruns everywhere and the name would be really popular. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's not like it was televised,
People are
right? It's just a story. Himmel the hero ventured forth with his party and slew the demon lord.
Uh-huh. And then they put up statues in
And-
every town.
Yeah. But if
So-
the story doesn't include, and here are the people that were with him, or, you know, they're not in culture like Hyter for the rest of their lives, then it's easy to lose that.
Sure. I mean, I feel like people still name their kid Arthur, and we had King Arthur, and people still remember who his Knights of the Round were. You
I
know?
don't know how many kids are named Lancelot.
My brother's name is Lance. Well, we would say Lance, because we're Australian and Kiwi hybrids.
Ooh. Is Lance the name taken from Lancelot?
I assume so.
No, dramatic name Lanzo. Nope.
Okay, well, there goes my entire idea.
Yeah. Again, the Knights of the Round Table are remembered as Knights of the Round Table and King Arthur. Like, I read those books, which is why I can pull Lancelot,
Right,
but I don't know if I could pull any other of the names of the knights. I really don't know if I could. There's one named Gawain, I think. Yeah. Gawain. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's one of the knights. Percival.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can pull 2. So I think this makes sense. I think the theory is right.
I feel like in this world where everyone has enough paper to write down spells that let you say tongue twisters, or always crack an egg without shell flying into it, into an entire grimoire, like they have the waste of paper for these things. The stories,
Well.
like, everyone would have a copy of the hero's adventure there and back again by, you know, Himmel LL token or something, you know?
Yeah, you don't think the stories of King Arthur and his knights have been published throughout the centuries? I read them.
Sure. Yeah.
But again,
When-
remembering the names of everyone involved in the stories is a different thing.
Yeah. But Knights of the Round, there's like 30 knights, right? And we're talking about something that happened, what, 400 years ago versus
Yeah.
something that happened 80.
Yeah, there were 30 names. I remembered 1, maybe 2. And if there are 5 names to remember, maybe you get one of them,
We're also,
right?
right? And we're also, you know, we don't even have to translate their names here. Like, a lot of these knights would have been in, like, Latin or whatever. They would have been in a different language. That's why you don't remember them.
I mean, okay, now we're looking this up.
Can't believe you don't remember Galahad. Christ.
Galahad. That's a good one. That's a great one.
I went to school with the Galahad. I'm
But look,
kidding. I
look,
didn't.
Sir Tristan. What the hell? Like, what is that? Gareth Lamorak. Who the hell is that? I remember Lancelot, Galahad, Gawain. That's about it. Percival, no. Bors de Ganis, no. Kay, Bedivere, Tristan, Gareth, Lamorak, no. Not at all.
Mhm.
So I think it makes sense. I'm just going to stand by it. Freeren's writing is fine.
I'm not complaining about Freeren's writing. I'm just saying. I don't remember what I'm saying. I feel like they should remember who she is a little
I
bit
think
more.
they should remember her and, well, they remember her, just not her name, apparently. Which, again, I think is fine.
Like, I'm not saying I think they should be able to recognize her on sight. Like, they shouldn't know what she
Right.
looks
You're saying
like.
they should remember her name.
Yeah, and they don't.
Right. Which, again, is okay. It happened a long time ago. And again,
I feel like
it's not like there's TV. There aren't video recordings of this event.
No, but there's books. There's lots and lots of books.
And there are 8 billion copies of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, too.
Right, but I'm not asking you to remember 30 people. I'm asking these people to remember 3 and Himmel, 4, I guess, technically. Right? And not even having to account for their names getting bastardized through 6 different versions of English. You know?
Yep.
It's like finding out that Freeren's name is just Fern, you know? Or Francesca or something.
Yes, I do.
It's like...
Right.
Anyway, go watch the last episode. It's good. All of their episodes are good.
Okay.
More's coming.
Yeah. It's funny because that episode that I watch ends on a cliffhanger where they're coming back from the island where the monastery is, and a freaking kraken attacks them and takes Freeren.
Mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hey, don't panic, everyone. It's fine. And she gets dunked under the water. She's like, what you need to do to defeat it is she gets dunked under the water. And she's like, all right, now you know. Go for it. I'm like, Freeren, you were under the water when you said that. You know they couldn't hear you. What is wrong with you?
Don't worry. They definitely won't absolutely not follow up on that in the next episode. It's fine. They definitely won't just hand wave that entire...
Seriously?
Oh, yeah, totally.
What?
The entire thing is played for a joke at the end of that episode. Yeah.
Oh. That sucks.
Yeah, it's a big monster. We've seen them fight big monsters. It's fine.
I know. I guess that is kind of the tone of the whole thing, though. It's not like they're treating it seriously anyway. I thought it was funny that Fern's like, oh, she's using the you can say tongue twisters without tripping up on your word spell. And I'm like, I'm sure that works great in Japanese, but this is not coming across in English at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Like, I know it's hard when you're translating to bring across humor or context in certain things, but man, they did not even try.
Right. Also, next episode, there's a post-credit scene. I'm going to let you know that so that you don't miss it.
Okay, deal.
Yeah.
Deal. Watch that. Sentenced to be a hero.
So that's also finished.
Oh boy, let me see. Let me see. Also 10 episodes? No.
Nope.
12.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a biscuit. I'm not up on that one either. I'm one back on both. I really thought I was caught up. I'm not kidding. I was feeling so good about being caught up.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I know.
To be fair, I have not watched the last episode. I read the Reddit thread for it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't feel the need to watch this show terribly much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny that I'm going over the different episode kind of synopses through the season.
Yeah.
And episode 11 just simply says a convicted goddess killer is condemned to a cycle of eternal punishment of battling hordes of enemies.
That's the show description. Yeah.
That's the show synopsis. But every other one's like, here's what happens in this episode. But they screwed up for 11.
Yeah, I wonder if they just like retroactively put it on there when someone remembers. Like someone writes, like that's not coming from the studio. It's just someone at Crunchyroll being like, "Oh, I should update this. It's a popular show."
Probably, but 12 has an episode synopses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just forgot to go back and do 11. I guess that's funny.
Yeah.
Anywho's. Yeah. So you're just not curious at all where this story goes.
I mean, I will probably...
Too many battles, Omicron says. I hate the battles.
Too many samey battles, to be honest. Yeah. Too many I want to sleep with the main hero dude characters.
A little too harem-y. I agree.
Yeah, a little too... I mean, describing everything we just said as formulaic and the, is obvious, but like the formula of introducing a new hero, here's how they're crazy in their specific way, but it's still really useful.
Right.
I get it.
I don't know that Datto's crazy. He's just a kleptomaniac.
I mean, if you're okay, fine. I mean, I feel like if you can't stop stealing, even when people will kill you and bring you back and kill you again, you may be a little it's clinical at that point.
Yeah, I'm just saying compared to the other heroes.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Yes. Compared to the others,
way more stable. Yeah.
Right.
I do want to say, did we talk about this in one of the previous episodes where his job is to like just kidnap the leader of this guild?
Mm-hmm.
And he just does. He just like apparates out of nowhere, grabs the guy, is like, sorry about this, and then disapparates with him. And it's like, how? There's no indication that Datto has any special powers. How is he doing this? And it's really, I just feel like the story's trying to be like, he's just good at stealing stuff. It's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's entirely what that is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like we've gone through an entire season and haven't touched on at all why the society considers the phrase a hero to be a bad thing and like a punishment. Like, what is it about being a hero that is a punishment in this world? Like that. It's the number one world building thing that I'm intrigued by the title of the show and the first couple episodes that is just never resolved.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think being the frontliners against hordes and hordes of really terrible enemies every time is a bad thing?
Sure, but like Himmel did it for fun, Nobody had to incarcerate him.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Why is it
the hero has statues in every town across the entire land. Himmel is not normal.
Right. Like, if they didn't call them heroes, it would be fine. You could just call it a penal combat legion, right? And I'd be like, cool, sounds 40k. It is 40k. Let's do that. But instead they're like, we're sentencing you to be a hero.
Yeah.
Why is hero considered a bad thing?
Well, because that's what heroes do, right? Is they throw themselves at the enemy with no regard to their own lives to save the innocents. And maybe in this world, it's considered a stupid thing, right? Look at that hero go. And maybe they had heroes in their society who went to try to fight the incoming plague, and they all died. And at this point in their society, they're like, hero is a derogatory term, like those idiots.
Sounds like a great headcanon. If there's anything in the show to back that up, please point me to it. Because there's also a ton of military people who are just like, I need to go and charge headlong into the hordes of the enemies because it's my job, because I'm a military leader and because I want to protect people. The actual definition of a hero, right? If the heroes were like the only military or paramilitary force that we saw, where it's just like, yeah, so we, make these people basically immortal, but have complete control over them, like Suicide Squad or something. And they're the only ones doing the job of the military because everyone's like, screw that, you could die. That would make at least a little bit of sense.
If they were just out there on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
I did find it kind of interesting that Rhino, a hero, has the exact same, like, Gundam suit, giant laser arm thing going that the random mercenary does.
Uh-huh.
And nobody comments on it. Nobody's like, hey, this guy has a suit just like Rhino's. It was driving my daughter crazy. She's like, how is nobody mentioning this?
I mean, there's one line where someone goes, why is he in this really old suit of armor? Like it's outdated old tech or something.
So it's just so common that it doesn't even bring up comment when you see it anymore.
Yeah, it's just unfashionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems real powerful, though. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like single man bombardment teams, real nice.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Does not seem particularly concerned with friendly fire. But that's just
No,
how
not
he's
really.
crazy. Oh, he's so different from the other people who are crazy. Wow.
He, well, I mean, come on. The way he talks is creepy as hell.
Hmm.
Like the way he's like, let's do this for the people, chums. And everyone's like, shut the hell up, Rhino. Like, he's just constantly talking like some medieval prince. And everyone's like, what is wrong with you?
Opposed to the
Like,
guy
I
who
think
talks like he's a
that's.
king. Yeah.
And everybody loves King. Everybody loves that guy, right? That's the difference. The hero, none of the heroes like Rhino. They're-
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's the difference with him, which is a little bit interesting. But
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah.
lacks the charisma to pull it off. Fair enough. I'll
but
give
he's
you
going
that.
through the motions. Like you could have another character who can say the exact same things and it works.
Hmm.
But like just something about this guy, it never goes the way that he's trying to make it go. Or maybe he knows it creeps people out and he just talks that way anyway because he enjoys people getting pissed off at him.
Yeah, could be.
Seems possible.
Totally.
Yeah. So there's nothing at the end of season 1 where you're like, season 2 could be interesting.
Again, I didn't watch the last episode, so maybe there is something there.
Oh, right.
But I read the people talking about it on Reddit, and no. Honestly, no.
Okay. Okay.
Watch it,
So
watch it, and tell me if I'm wrong. Like,
I will.
Yep.
I will. So it's an answers thing for you. It's like if they did a better job pushing forward the narrative instead of spending more time introducing new heroes who aren't different enough or interesting enough to keep your attention, then
Yeah.
you'd be more on board.
Yeah. I feel like they spent 12 episodes doing the we got to get the crew together scene from Ocean's 11. It's like that could be 20 minutes of your movie. Sure. That cannot be all 12 episodes of your season.
I will admit, when they were like, we should get Rhino, I'm like, how many of you are there?
More.
Yeah, and the way they're setting it up, they could introduce another guy as well, just because. Like,
Just
they
'cause.
never really say how many people are in their crew.
Could be thousands. Yeah. But,
All right. That's sentenced.
Yep.
Good stuff.
So the new season of anime is rolling around. As seasons change, we got a whole new list of dumb anime titles to read to you, Falcon.
We do. How many isekais are in this season's Omicron?
New ones or like even continuing ones?
Both.
I think continuing and new. Maybe only like 5?
What? 5? I feel like the last time we did this, there were 19.
Yeah. I feel like looking through just what's available on Crunchyroll, I'm not going through everything on my anime list or everything that's coming out on other platforms. There's a bunch that are like maybe just fantasy, well, but they might just be excluding the bit where a person travels from another world in their show
But they're
description.
functionally an isekai.
But yeah, well, he could just be hiding it,
Yeah.
Like Kusanoki's Garden of Gods, a collection of unusual gods begin to visit a house after an exorcist expels the former evil spirits. It looks pretty identical to a lot of isekais that I've seen, just by like the cover art, right?
Yep.
Sure, could be. Doesn't explicitly say that it is. Shows we should definitely watch. There's one called Rooster Fighter.
I mean, okay.
Don't clock around with this rooster who is out to fight and defeat any demon he sees.
Okay. Took a different position than I thought it was going to.
I believe it's out tomorrow. Subtitle airtime Sunday at 1 a.m. Pacific time. So like we gotta watch that. Seriously, none of these have like really crazy names. There's like Drops of God, where it's like two sons face off in a test of their wine knowledge to secure their father's estate. Like, okay.
Test of their what knowledge?
Wine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
It's a
Yes,
wine
that makes-
drinking
I
anime.
mean, Yep,
We
makes
have
sense.
the klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt. Not an isekai, but dumb title. The strongest job is apparently not a hero or a sage, but an appraiser. And then in parentheses it says provisional. I'm wondering if the title is provisional or his job is provisional, or
Yeah.
if they wrote the
What?
manga and just like, we'll keep the working title, you know?
Who knows? We'll find out one day.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna watch the first episode, so I guess I'll let you know.
Yep. Appreciate it.
That's kind of it.
Hmm.
Like, there's not a lot of
Okay.
like crazy names. I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class.
Boring.
Yep,
Yep.
that's kind of it. Botan's Kamina fully blossoms when drunk. Don't know what those words mean. But I can't wait to find out.
Hmm.
So you're spared from overly long titles this time.
That's kind of amazing. If there are fewer isekais and fewer stupid, really long titles, maybe they're changing. Maybe this is an adjustment in the industry.
Or Crunchyroll is not bidding for them to have them on their service.
Oh, or there's a bunch of it, and Crunchyroll is taking a stand. Hmm.
Yeah. I can look through a more conclusive list of everything that's in the other streaming platforms as well, if you'd like.
Nah, Crunchyroll's good.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm already
All
doing
right.
it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just won't read them out unless there's something like sensational.
That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on.
Okay. Warhammer time.
Warhammer. What did we read this time, Falcon?
We read Straight Silver by Dan Abnett,
We sure
King
did.
of the Abrupt Endings.
King of the Abrupt Ending. Yeah. This one really just is like, yep, no ending for you. I mean, there's kind of an ending, but even Gaunt in the book is like, I've never been pulled out of an active war, so to be reassigned? What is this?
Right.
And so,
Usually finish the job.
yeah. And so, we don't know how this war ends.
Nope.
Um,
You know what I think this is?
mm,
Abnett's like, what if there was trench warfare in Warhammer? And then he's like, I'll explore this through this book. Wow, that was terrible and sucked and wasn't very fun to write. Done. We don't have to finish this. We're going somewhere else now. They can continue trench warfare. I'm not going to tell that story anymore. See ya.
I mean, maybe, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God, I gotta email Dan Abnett and be like, is that why they leave AX Cardinal? Like, just so abruptly? You got bored of writing Trench Warfare?
He explored it to the extent he wanted to explore it. And he's like, we don't need another book here. Bye. Also, it wouldn't make sense. And it's like this 40-year war, and then Gaunt shows up and it gets solved. The end. That's stupid.
Right.
Although, I don't know. It would kind of be on brand for Gaunt, though.
A little bit. Yeah. So, Trench Warfare, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's interesting that, like, I do feel like there's a lot of interesting world building happening here, where we have a planet that is theoretically imperial that got invaded 40 years ago.
No. They're fighting their neighbor. It's neighboring city-states.
Right, but their neighbor is also chaos, right? They fully
Well, they
explain
are
that-
now. They didn't start out being chaos.
Well, we don't know
Probably.
that. We don't know that.
We don't know that.
But it might not have been. So yeah, it like even
Yeah.
if they weren't chaos then, they are now. But like the
Right.
Imperium has theoretically just picked a side in like a planetary conflict between neighbors.
Right.
I think that's really interesting. That the Imperium's like, we don't have time for your petty squabblings. We're just picking this side. You have you're the alliance with most of the people. It'll be the easiest to kill the rest of them.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
I
I
mean,
guess that makes sense.
it kind of makes sense, except for the part where this is the Sabbat Crusade, and it's like, well, we know that Shattuck is chaos, and that's the only reason they're getting any reinforcements.
Yeah, at this point, they're
at
chaos.
this point, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's. I still feel that I really enjoyed Gaunt talking to like their military command, being like, "You guys are doing it backwards, you know? Like, who fights a war like this anymore? It's so outdated. Haven't you read your Slater, good man?" Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and like, he talks about how the Guard is, you know, always adapting and evolving. Like, the first couple of books, he wasn't fighting other noblemen who were like, I am in command because of my birth and my place, and we blue bloods look down on you Tanith peasants. Like,
Yep.
Gaunt wasn't from one of those places himself, right?
Right.
So he's being a little bit
Read
of a
the room.
he's being a little bit of a hypocrite, but it's very funny.
It is.
I don't know that Dan Abnett meant it to be funny, but I got a kick out of those scenes.
Yeah, very good. Gaunt spends a lot of time being annoyed, for sure.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Gaunt being a commissar and being just like, nobody punches my doctor and shoots people, and the doctor's like, we could have resolved that without bloodshed. And like, that's entirely why he's telling Anna it's not worth it, don't go fight, because Gaunt will find out and shoot these people. Right?
Right.
And then Gaunt finds out and shoots them.
Yeah, but also he wants to develop good relations with the people who are already here. Right? I think even if Gaunt doesn't show up and murders everyone, I still think he doesn't want a wedge driven between the two groups.
Probably not. Probably not. But like, also, if you do nothing, they've stolen like all of your medical supplies. Like, all of them.
I know, but I think Dordan's like, we can make do. We'll get more stuff later. It'll be fine. It's not worth this fight. But Anna is so incensed at the thievery, she can't let it go.
Yeah, suppose.
I mean, the fact that Dordan's ready to let it go, to me, indicates they can make do without temporarily. They'll be fine. And that Anna's just mad because of the theft.
Yeah, but we don't really know how well they're able to get more, right?
Right.
Because like, what's the line of events? Dordan goes, "Hey, dropships, we need more medical supplies. Our last lot got stolen by all our allies." And nobody goes, "Oh, we'll send a commissar to get you your supplies back. That's cheaper than sending you more down via a planetary shuttle." You know?
Yeah, yes, and that's the Warhammer way to handle it.
Yeah.
Because you can't just say, they took our stuff because they don't have any stuff.
Right.
The answer is still going to be, I'm going to send a commissar down and solve this problem.
Right. Yeah, I'll send a memo to Hawk. I'm sure Sark's got one written already. Like,
Right.
You know, Dordan really wants to think the best of people, right? Like, he wants to be friends with Gaunt, and he is, but he's at odds with the fact that Gaunt will just shoot people at some point, and he's at odds that the rest of the Imperium will be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, 100%.
And so I think he's lying to Anna there. I don't know. I mean, maybe Abnett could totally just write it, and then they sent a supply request to the ship and you know, stating that their initial evaluations of on-site supplies was severely underestimated or overestimated, and they send so much supplies nobody ever goes without ever again on the planet. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a fight bureaucracy with bureaucracy, right?
Right. So what did you think of the book? Now that I've said some things that I like, what did you think?
I think it's good. Kept my attention. Didn't get bored with anyone. Very Warhammer, man. Holy smokes. Poor Larkin.
Yep.
Like, poor old crazy Larkin. His best friend dies in the last book, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Ah, Bragg's gone. I miss him. I
Mhm.
hallucinate seeing Bragg. I miss him so much."
Uh-huh.
And then Koo's like, "I'm gonna get you like I got Bragg," and Larkin's like, "What?
Nani?
You killed him?" And he's like, I gotta do it. I gotta kill Koo before he kills me."
Mhm.
And then he has a plan. In the heat of battle, I'll just shoot him and nobody will know, and I'll be safe, and I'll avenge Bragg. And then he's like, "I can't do it. I'm a good person. And if I did that, I'd be a murderer, not a soldier, and I won't do it." The end. And you're like, good on you, Larkin. You made the right choice, man.
Good on you, Larkin, not shooting a man with your las rifle against a group of enemies that only have solid bullets. Nobody will know that it was friendly fire.
Mm-mm. Not a single person. But also, everyone hates Koo, so who cares?
Also true. Well, Fagor kind of likes him. He's like, Koo has his moments. It's fine. Fagor's kind of a dick himself, right?
Yeah, I don't know if Fagor's gonna fight for Koo.
Not gonna
Maybe.
fight. Not gonna fight for him. But he's like, if you put it to a vote, Fagor might abstain or spoil his ballot.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. So then what happens to Larkin?
Then he gets murdered by Koo. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, can we have this guy lose once? Like, he's the worst. Nobody likes him. He's just going around killing guardsmen, and it seems like nobody cares. No one can figure this out. He only gets caught because he confesses to Larkin about it. And then there's this other scout. What's her name?
Marin?
Marin.
I think it's
Marin, who's like, Larkin trusts and confides in her and is like, "Who's gonna kill me?"
We'll
And
make
she's like,
reports.
"Oh man, yeah, we'll fix this. Don't worry. Don't shoot him in battle. That's a bad idea. Don't do that." And he's like, "Okay, I won't." And I feel better. And she's like, "I'm glad you feel better." And then Koo kills both of them. So she's gone too.
Technically, Larkin is fighting for his life, but he's still alive.
I mean, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just not to like have you be like, huh? Larkin's in the next book. Like, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You
but
should, I mean,
she gets. There's a line in it where Dan's being like evocative, and he's not being like literal to the words on the page, but she spins around, and no ghost has ever moved, nor ever will move as fast as she moved, and the knife plunges. And it's like, oh, chapter ends, scene fades to another group, and like, did she manage to spin and like stab Koo? We're waiting in suspense as like the rest of the ghosts turn up for this little fight at the barn, and not Fagor, somebody's there just like reeling off a casualty list, and they mention Marin dead, and like, oh, I want to go. Like, I think it's McCall's there, and he's like, I want to go check her because she was going to be a scout, right? Like, she was going to get elevated.
he's like
No.
dying on the ground, and he's like, with my dying words, I want Marin to be a scout. She's awesome. And you're like, yeah, Marin deserves it. She's working hard. She's great at this. And then the book's like, no, actually, she's dead. Sorry.
She's dead. But there's a line that's like, bastards bayoneted her. And he's like, oh, I want to go check that out. I want to go see it. And they're like, you don't want to go see that. Which implies that Koo, not only in this battle, stabbed her, but had enough time to, like, find other bayonets, stab her again repeatedly, and, like, desecrate her body a bunch to make it look like the enemy did it.
Right. Make it look Chaos did it. Yeah.
So just saying, Koo, what a lovely guy.
The worst.
Just
the worst.
the worst.
Again, we talked about this in the first book.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Second book.
He wasn't in the second book. He was in the third.
Anyway, when he shows up, he's introduced as like, everybody's worried about this guy. He's a sociopath. Everyone watches their back when he's around. And I'm like, this seems like a huge problem. And Gaunt's not able to fix this problem. And new Commissar Hark's not able to fix this problem. Apparently, he's just going to keep running around murdering Gaunt's ghosts until there aren't any left. awesome.
The problem is he has rights, and they can't just like shoot him for no reason. They have to wait for him to steal something or get caught.
Gaunt just murdered 2 dudes because they were kicking one of his doctors.
Right, and if Gaunt found Ku kicking Doc Gordon, he would shoot him, but he hasn't.
Oh man,
Fucking Ku, Fethin Ku.
Fethin Ku.
While I hate him as a character, he's very well written to be unlikable in like a villain kind of way. He's great for the series, I think.
Dude, the worst. So Lark's got him in his sights, right? And he doesn't take the shot. And then Ku looks back up at him and he's like, "Hey, man."
I see you're pointing that at me, huh? Oh, I know why you're here. I get it.
I finally figured it out.
That's not Marin, is it? I've just realized Marin's someone else.
Oh.
Okay, so, I want to get this right.
Mural.
Yep. Because Marin's like this other up-and-coming officer who gets gets assigned to Rawn Squad and is having like kind of a heel turn. But yeah.
Yeah, here it is. I found Mural upstairs with Larks. The bastards had bayoneted her. Corbett closed his eyes. He felt a pain worse than any injury he'd ever received. "I want to go see her," he said. "Chief, you don't want to see that." "I need to, Varl. I need to." So he does go check it out. But yeah. And then the stinger is, and he paused in the doorway and glanced back at Varl. "What about Ku?" "Oh, he made it," said Varl. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah, he's out there licking his straight silver, and it's like, it's implying that it's got Meryl's blood on it, but like, the fight wasn't over, was it? Surely he might have used that on like a Chaos dude. That's really gross, Ku.
He's gross. Yes. I think that's in character. And I think I made this point earlier, but like, yes, I'm sure sociopaths are super helpful in war zones because they kill without compunction, and I'm sure they're really effective. But it's just not worth it. It is not worth keeping a sociopath in your regiment for reasons like this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Gaunt or Hark or somebody should be like, "That guy's a sociopath. We're getting him out of here." We don't have any proof he's doing anything, but this is not good for us. This is not the kind of regiment that we're running.
Yeah.
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 And I'm sure there are some regiments that are like, sociopaths are great. Let's have all sociopaths. It'd be super effective.
It's the penal legions, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just astounding that every time Gaunt comes up, like, is involved with Ku at all, he just has no idea. He has no inkling. He knows that Ku sucks. He doesn't like him. But he has no inkling that he's out here murdering ghosts all the time.
Right. So how many more people do you think Ku's gonna kill before someone figures it out?
Someone did figure it out, and they're dead.
Sorry, figures it out and kills Ku in retaliation.
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know. It's Warhammer. There are no happy endings in these books. This is not how this works. But also, there is kind of the reality of it, right?
Right.
Serial killers get caught eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they don't stop, and they can't stop, then they get caught. So, I don't know. At least 2 more people would be my guess.
Yeah. Two more's a good guess.
Okay.
Yep. Sure hope you're not attached to Bryn or shockingly gone. uh,
Oh man, dude, if Milo gets killed by Ku, ooh.
I think people would burn Dan Abnett's house down.
Yeah, but it's Warhammer. You can't be like, you killed a good character in my Warhammer. What's wrong with you?
It's not that he killed just a good character. Bryn's a good character.
Yeah.
Not Bryn. Bragg. Bragg was a good character, and they killed him. And people are mad at Dan Abnett about Bragg being killed. You have any idea how many times that man's been like, "I'll never forgive you for Bragg," right? If Bryn is significantly more loved than Bragg is, I think. Oh. Anyway, let's not spoil the next books.
Let's not do that.
Let's not.
I did like Gaunt's little magical mystery tour to visit an old Adeptus Sororitas in a church.
With the magic car? Yeah.
Yeah, the magic car.
Uh-huh.
And some future site where she gives really cryptic future messages that don't make any sense because that's how we do things in Warhammer.
Yeah. So she's like, "Oh, I thought there'd be a boy with you. The boy's really important."
Right.
And also, you're going to Herodor, and he's like, I don't know that I am.
Right.
And then by the end of the book, oh my god, he's going to Herodor.
And also, we checked in on the church and this lady, and it doesn't exist.
And she died.
And she's one of the last. Yeah. She's one of the last guardians.
Yeah.
Of Abnett Martyr. Yeah.
Yeah, she died 6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's a thing for sure.
Yep, and the church is gone.
And the church
go
is
back and
out.
check.
And something's awry.
Yeah.
We
We also have more future telling with one guy, Sorik,
where he's writing notes. I think
to himself.
this would work way better if you hadn't read the other book, and this book didn't mention the other book, where he's like, and I told everyone that my mother was a witch.
Right.
Because it's just like the reveal that Sarek is psychic and writing messages to himself in this little like runner's note thing.
Yep.
Is really interesting. Like, he's telling the future, but he doesn't know when, and it's in his handwriting, and he's writing it in like pencil or something, so he can like it gets muddy, and he's like, "Oh, frick, I don't know what it says."
Right.
Like, don't drink. Hawk is coming, and then he drinks, and it's like, oh, but Hawk is. He knows, and he's like, oh, I think we could use a drink, right, Cole? Right, Sarek? And he's like, oh yes, here's my hospitality, and then like Hawk's not a complete feth head, you know.
Right, but then he reads the note about not drinking after Hawk is gone.
Right,
like
he didn't get to it in time. But
sometimes these notes are not helpful. Sometimes they're really helpful.
Sometimes they're helpful.
Sometimes they're not helpful.
Well, sometimes the thing that they're trying to help with aren't important, and right, like that's
right.
It's one thing to have prophecy and have it to be about like really important things, and another one
let's
is
not get ambushed in the mill and have an entire squad of ghosts die.
Sure. There is that, but also this is Sarek sending messages to himself, and he would definitely be like, "Oh, the commissar's coming. You should not be drinking on active duty. That might get you shot. Don't drink." You know.
Right.
So having prophecy for things that he thinks is important, I think is better than things that like the universe thinks is important, which is usually what prophecies tend to be. Like the Battle Sisters, like the boy's important, right? And I'm sorry, Gordon, it's
like
gonna
big
be hard.
picture stuff.
It's big picture stuff.
Right.
But this is Sarek being like, well, how do I help me? And he doesn't know how. He's doing it, but he's helping himself. And I think it's interesting. It works, but it's way less cool if you know that like Gaunt already knows that he might be magic because he's the seventh son of a seventh son, and he confessed immediately at the end of the last book, the first time.
Well, he was raving. He was not exactly in his right mind when he said this, right?
That's true. That is true.
He wasn't like, "Hey, Gon, I gotta tell you something." He was just like, "There's demons in Corvix's blood. You gotta believe me. I'm seventh son of a seventh son."
Yeah, my mother was a witch.
Yeah.
She had the sight.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So Gon totally knows,
yeah.
which means Hark probably. I mean, Hark was there too. I think Hark knows.
I think Hark was there.
Yeah.
So it was like Doc, Jordan, and Annika
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Speaking of Korbeck, he gets a little show in here. Fully rebuilt after his wounding on Fantine.
Mhm.
Mostly being like, I'm old. How am I not made of robot bits? I don't want to be a colonel. Gaunt gave me this role, but I've dropped a grenade in amongst the pile of gore, and I've got to fish it out or it'll explode and kill me. And
Poor Korvac.
boy, do I not want to be the leader. I want to be chucking in and doing hard yakka with all of them, but instead I'm on the other side of like this open trench that's visible from a shooter, and I've just got to tell them what to do, and I don't like it, and I'm going to set them all on fire, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, the fact that you thought that up in about 40 seconds to drain barrels of Promethium, like
Right.
around the corner where you're not being shot at, is why you should be in charge. Korvac.
Right. Sorry, Korvac. Also, everybody knows the people that are best at being in charge don't want to be in charge.
Yep.
Sorry, Korvac.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is sad though, because yeah, he is getting old. He's slower. His wounds heal slower. You're just like, oh man, they just run these guys until they die of whatever they die of. There is no going home.
Is Korvac the guy who's like, I had a daughter in this book?
I think there are more than one of them that have that backstory.
It's true. It's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Korvac, real sad guy.
He is likable though.
Likable, very likable. Yeah,
Glad he's not dead.
same.
Unlike everybody else.
Not like everybody else.
lot of dying.
Yeah, Roland nearly died. He got gut shot.
He did. His little girlfriend that he's in love with now, Banda.
Yeah. Even though he's
Yeah.
like, man, these women are gonna get me killed, and she's like saving him. Oh, isn't it sweet?
Yeah.
He's gonna learn to not be a misogynist.
I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe, Ron. I love the moment in the last book where he's like, these women are gonna get someone killed. They're so distracting, and then he goes, maybe it's just me.
Maybe this isn't me though. Maybe they're just gonna get me killed. Maybe I just think this way.
That is such a great. It's a great moment for Ron because you're like, this guy sucks. He's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, I mean, he's got a little introspection there. That's nice. It's not a total waste of space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's convalescing with Banda, and he's like, let's get out of here. This place sucks. They're treating people who've been gassed, and we're getting gassed as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave. So they like stumble out of there, leaning on each other. They can barely walk, and you're like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Gaunt's leaving, he's they're like up on a signal tower somehow. Like, how? What? How did they get up there? They could barely walk.
They had someone hoist them up, probably.
Yeah, it's funny. And I love it. The Banda is like, I know you're a horrible misogynist and you suck, but also I'm just going to ignore that and be friends with you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two other sad members. There's a former sniper who
Oh, yeah.
had his like hand blown up in the last book, I think it was, and like they rebuilt parts of his arm and whatnot, but they no longer let him be a sniper, and he's like, there's only one scene with him in this entire book, and it's Hawk noting that like, oh, I hear low powered las shots in the barn over there, and is this guy practicing trying to make the grade to be a sniper, but he can't quite do it. He doesn't have a long las anymore, and like it just kills when Hawk's like leaving the barn being like, there are lots of small burns on the back of the barn, and precious few broken bottles. Oh, this
It's
poor guy.
good writing. He got shot in the head. Like he's got a new jaw.
Oh, yeah, because he stutters. Yeah.
Stutters with. Yeah.
Yep.
And he was a really good long last sniper, and Gaunt let him keep his job
For
after he got injured, but as soon as it was clear he can't hit anything,
Yeah.
he can't hit the broadside of a barn, he had to demote him.
Mhm.
And this guy's just like, that was my whole identity. Fuck. I gotta get back. And he can't. And it's just like, oh no. It's so sad.
It's so
Yeah, he just spends like every waking moment practicing and trying to get back to where he was, and he's not making any progress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, can we like put a suicide watch on this guy? Can we find him something to do that helps him have a reason to live that's not being a sniper, because he's not a sniper anymore?
Could we maybe get a buddy program going in the Ghosts? You know?
Yeah. We've got a friggin' chaplain. We've got a churchy guy around. He should see what's going on and maybe try to help with this. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other sad guy is Costin. He's the alcoholic who likes to drink and was like trying to get the last out of his bottle while they're on active stealth protocols, and like the light catches the bottom of his bottle and like gets a ton of people killed, and like Dordan just puts him back together, and Gaunt's like, step aside, I'm going to execute this guy too.
For drinking on duty.
Forgetting his...
And Dordan's like, I am throwing myself in front of this bus. You did this once already. I'm not letting it happen again.
Yeah.
If you want to kill this guy, you have to kill me too. And Gaunt's like, well, that's within my rights. I'm a commissar after all, and I would be right to murder you and this dude, but also... you're awesome, and you're my friend, and you're our doctor.
And the backbone of the entire regiment. Like, a lot of the Ghosts, like, he would lose faith killing Dordan. He also claims he's lost faith by not killing Dordan, because, like, you've undermined my authority. But he lets Costin live because he can't kill Dordan. And
he's like, do better.
Do better. If I see you drinking on or off duty, that's it. You know, never again.
Which is like, it's going to be some hell of a withdrawal symptoms for this guy. He's going to be down for a long time. He might die. If you are an alcoholic enough and you just go cold turkey, you die. So
It's true.
he might just die. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think they have like detox programs in the Imperial Guard.
You don't think they have a 12-step program?
Well, it's more than 12-step. I'm talking about like literally going through a specific medical process to make sure somebody doesn't die because they're not drinking alcohol anymore.
Yeah.
It's a little more than that.
It's true. They
Yeah.
You know, they might. Like the doc just spent a bunch of time putting his hand back together. He's probably going to make sure he doesn't die from the shakes, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure he's seen it before.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Because he's like, yeah, I know. Like, I screwed up and I got my friends killed. Like, that is a tough thing to live through. What else? Trench warfare is horrible. They're gassing each other. The enemy's using giant chaos guns to like shell the hell out of them now.
Yep.
I thought it was interesting too. There is that moment where they're like, okay, so this war's been pretty static for a long time, and then we show up, and now suddenly they have chaos guns that are new. What is going on?
Yeah.
They don't really go into that.
Didn't.
And then they leave.
Well, I don't know what Dan's thoughts on this were, but like the Blood Pact also show up, and like it turns out in the fight where they're like where Kuz maybe gonna get sniped. The Blood Pact turn up, and they do have las guns, so maybe you could have hit his body in amongst their shots.
Right. Totally. Could have done it.
A hot shot long las leaves a pretty big hole compared to a regular las gun, but hey, we'll just say 4 of them shot him at once or something.
Right.
And I don't.
It's cool. No one cares.
No one cares. There will not be a real investigation.
No.
I don't know if Dan was saying that, like, is the arrival of the Imperials drawing real Chaos forces here? or is it all a big coincidence that like Chaos just got here and they've just started up in their game, and like the Imperium, they're like, hey, let's work with the not Zoikins, the Shattuck, and like the Shattuck want big guns, so build them big guns, and eventually the Blood Pact are like, you know what, we could do this infiltration thing through this forest place. Maybe we should go and scout that, and that's what they try to do. I just don't know if it's chicken or the egg, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but we're not going back. So, or maybe we will. Who knows?
Nope.
No, not going back.
I really
They
enjoy.
go on a mission to try to investigate and disable the giant chaos guns.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the liaison from the local government, who has been appointed to work between the locals and the Imperial Guard, goes with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, I have the shakes, I got the PTSD. Maybe if I go back on the front lines, that'll help. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Really doubt it.
That's how we do it, I guess.
Yeah. I like that guy. He's a good character because he's sympathetic to the Imperials about how the Alliance here will not change their codes of military conduct at all. You know,
right.
People only have maps for their section, and you don't get to make any decisions. You're just there to do as you're told. And he's like,
hold the line, and you charge when we tell you, and you don't have to know what the big picture is.
Right. Because the big picture all comes down to this guy's former job, which is Supreme Commander of the Army, basically, right?
Right.
And so he's been trying and eventually gets stood down and become this liaison. And he's like, okay, we managed to get the Ghosts 2 different jobs. One is the stealth mission that they really wanted, but the other is assignment to the worst section of fighting ever in the 40 years, known as the Pocket, which is where those big super guns are.
And Gaunt's like, so we're more of surgical instruments and battering rams. Like, well, it's too late. We already signed you out there, but if you do a good job and wait a couple days, we'll get you doing something else. And he's like, sounds fair. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Imperial Guard, man.
Imperial Guard. So they find the big guns. They hurt to look at, like all good chaos things do. They realize they don't have any kind of power to destroy these guns on foot, but they can destroy like the trails that they ride on.
The tracks.
So they're stuck here, which is
train tracks.
That's genuine good
smart
thinking. Yeah. It turns out they were able to just fly a couple of marauders over them and destroy them later. I feel like you couldn't have done that like at any other point, even when they were movable. Like, were we waiting for them to disembark the planes from the ships up in space?
I guess it took a while. They're big. I don't know.
Maybe these guns only fire on running trains normally, and so like the trains would be going back and forth, and the planes couldn't hit them. You know,
moving targets.
Yeah. I don't know, but for whatever reason, there were no anti-air guns that weren't disabled by Gaunt here to protect these things. The enemy uses EMAG pulse to knock out comms. Those don't work on the Marauders either. To knock those out of the sky, maybe.
Right.
That's just a nitpick, I feel. Very nitpick.
Yeah.
What else happened? Oh, Fago finds a barn house. This is where much of the Larkin and Ku stuff happens. Where Fago decides to take a holiday and basically go AWOL for a couple days when they find a stocked pantry. And a stuffed bear, which someone moves over him while he's asleep and scares the shit out of him. Possibly the best prank I've ever read in a Warhammer book.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're playing a game where, like, one dude's on top of the bear, and someone else's two guys are carrying the bear, and you have to stay on, and I'm like, man, what people did before the internet, like just making up their own games, coming up with ideas, doing stuff with whatever's on hand,
Uh-huh.
having a great time doing it.
For sure.
Yeah. Because if they had smartphones, they just sit around browsing Instagram all day. Yeah.
It's true. It's what I do. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Boy.
And it's haunted because they're like, that raincoat was not wet or hung up there last time we saw it.
Mm-hmm. And there's someone did the dishes, and then it turns out this guy did the dishes. But thanks for putting the dishes away, because I didn't know where they go. We didn't put the dishes away.
Dun, dun, dun. Chapter end. It is.
Sinister
I think it's a
dishes.
chapter end.
I think it is.
Yeah, so it's this old lady who this area was supposed to be evacuated years ago. High command is like, everyone out, we're fighting here. And this lady's like, screw that, I'm staying here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a son in the army who disappeared, not confirmed dead. And what if he comes home and I'm not here?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you know what, lady? I hear it. I hear you. You're right.
You're right.
She's kind of crazy. She's been alone for a long time. She's old, not doing great.
And there's one soldier who's also went AWOL about 6 months ago, who's just been like living out here with her, pretending to maybe be her son.
Yeah. She's like, close enough.
Yep.
This is great.
This is great.
Yeah.
I like when someone gets shot when the blood pack turn up, and they're like, that guy's over there, and he's just like tied up, and he's like, I don't know who you are or why you're tied up, but if you mess with me, that'll be a bad time for you. And then that fight kind of, chapter ends, and we get back there after everything's done, and like they're reading out the casualty reports, and the scout who's dying, McVenna, I think it is, he's like, I need you to remember something for me, Cole. Can you remember? And reads out the name of this guardsman, or not guardsman, alliance officer, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
you need to remember that and make sure he's commendated and like remembered. I'm like, that guy's been AWOL for 6 months, presumed dead probably. Right? If people find like,
Yeah,
I get the intention here, Dan, but they're just gonna be like, oh, he was just, a coward for the last 6 months.
And the fact that he got involved in a firefight that literally he was defending his own life pretty much doesn't really count against all the other stuff he's been doing. Right.
Even if he put in the world's greatest account of himself, which I'm sure he did, and
Yeah.
that's maybe the point here. That's like why this is happening.
Right.
I feel like military command will still look poorly on that.
100%. You can't go AWOL for 6 months and then be like, I shot some chaos guys. And they're like, sweet, you're cleared of all charges. Welcome back.
I really pitched in on this fight. I saved Ku.
That's very Warhammery.
Yeah.
Very Warhammery. Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, good book. Enjoyed it. I like Abnett. I do.
Yeah, I absolutely adore Dan Abnett's writing.
Yeah.
And these books are still old to Abnett. Like, this book was like 2004, I think. So it's like, it's
Dang,
over
22 years ago.
Yeah. So the Gaunt Ghost books just get even better, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, next book is Sabbat Martyr.
Hey, I remember that from 2 books ago.
Yep. Well.
Yep.
This time we're on Terrador, because that's where they got redeployed to.
Mm-hmm. That's where ancient ghost of Adeptus Sororitas lady said you'd go.
Yep. I think it's also where she died. Yeah.
Yeah. So where am I with this?
Oh, you started reading this already.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying on the book we're talking about.
Oh,
Where am I finally with this thing? I did like the last little bit because I said it. There isn't an ending, but there is actually an ending in this one, kind of.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Where he goes and gets a commendation, or Gaunt gets a commendation.
Right, and he's like, "I'll wear it today, but never again, because I hate this place and all of these people." And there's a great little line from the Lord General, who's like, he will regard his entire career as being, like, in his entire career, being on AX Cardinal as the most useless waste of his time that he has ever done. You know?
Yeah, he says, the Order of the Eagle, the greatest honor it is in the high Caesar's gift to bestow. Gaunt had seen one before, pinned proudly to the Iaco Fep Colt's coat, who's dead now. He dearly wanted to take the medal and stuff it into Lindor Sek's throat until he choked, or at least refuse it. But he knew the trouble that would follow if he did either. So he allowed the Supreme Commander to pin it on him and saluted. He'd wear it now and never again.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of like, just before that I think it is, but there's a bunch of like follow-ups about like what broadly happens with the war. Like, oh, we lost a bunch of people here, but we pushed into these zones and stuff.
Hmm.
So we get a little bit of how the war eventually plays out. But
well, not for good.
Probably not for good, but
yeah.
Also, I feel like I don't care about this war. I care about the people fighting it, and it's such a good look at the people fighting it.
Yeah.
Like, Gaunt is telling them all, oh, it's a 6-hour train ride to the next station. Oh, it's really only 4, but if we tell them 6, 4 will feel like no time. And Tona Creed has got her first squad command as sergeant and is telling them all to field strip their rifles, but Ku's in her squad and isn't going to do it. So she kicks the shit out of Ku. The greatest scene ever written.
Yeah, super good.
Yeah.
Like takes him and smashes his face into the wood planks on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how you deal with Ku, everyone.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true. Sure as sure.
Sure as sure. Okay, so I've got a couple things to go over here with my highlights.
Yeah, hit me.
So good comment by Gaunt. He says, once he'd heard the Vergasitites say Feth and the Tanith say Gak, he knew they were home and dry.
Yeah.
Right? Once they start swapping out their profanity.
Yeah.
Which again, hilariously in Warhammer, everyone has a different word for fuck, but fuck hasn't survived to the 40th century.
So I mean, they use Feth like fuck, but it does, it does have a specific like lore to it where Feth is like an ancient wood deity that they believe in.
No, I know, but it's fuck. It is.
I'm not saying
like,
it isn't. I'm not. I'm saying it is used that way, but there's a lot of background to it, which is why I like it.
Yes, it is better than not having any background to it for sure. There's a sign on the wall of the meeting room for the Black Library for the people in charge that says, "Fuck does not exist in Warhammer. If you want to use fuck, use something else." And so everyone does. What else? Oh yeah, there's the thing where Goots is talking about how Larkin's good at like fiddling with electronics, like messing with his own scope and stuff. And he's like, it's probably heretical if Larkin's doing all that, but he says if Larkin had to be a heretic to shoot so well, that was fine with Goots.
Right.
He was like, rock on.
They consider dialing in his scope on his long las to be like fiddling with tech heresy stuff. So that's why a ton of Imperial snipers just suck.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to like customize their rifle.
Yeah, Larkin's not some like savant. He's just normal, and everybody else isn't doing anything to adjust their scope.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cool moment where they're doing like cockfights with the local birds on the planet.
Oh, and the birds are named after the commanders. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
That's funny. And then they have some trouble with the locals, and Dar, instead of, like, what does he say? I need a knife. He's like, someone give me some straight silver. Dar blinked. An extraordinary thing happened. There was a ripple of thuds, and a semicircle of Tanith blades appeared around Varl's feet, tips buried in the wood, thrown without hesitation and with complete accuracy from the crowd. So the Tanith are mystical with their knives, right? This is important to remember. Like, they're not just good with knives. They're mystical and magical with them.
I don't think they're magic. They're just great at throwing their knives.
They're really good with knives.
Just for reference, bayonet knives typically not very well balanced for throwing, so maybe it is magic.
Maybe they are magic. There's a moment too where like he's returning the knives to everyone and just kind of like throwing it in their general direction, and they're catching them without looking. And I'm like, all right, okay.
I can throw a knife without looking.
No. Catching it without looking is a different thing.
Also, I've got the blade put away, so I'm happy to try. I'm not throwing 30 centimeters of straight silver, 12 inches.
No.
You know?
No. Right. And then the final thing is, so there's a scene towards the end where they're going through the mining tunnels from the mill.
Oh, yeah. And Sarek is
Right.
like pitching in, but he doesn't remember anything. He's just like, it's all muscle memory. Not Sarek, Golcolia.
Yeah. So yes, that's terrible and really sad, certainly. But what I'm talking about, there's another part where they're following the tunnels from the mill, right? They're trying to figure out where they go and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part where it says that Domor adjusted his optics to night vision mode. And I just want to point out, night vision doesn't work when it's pitch black. Night vision works when it's night outside and there's some light that can be enhanced by the night vision. But if you're underground somewhere with no light sources at all, night vision doesn't do jack for you.
There's a guy, 3 or 4 people behind him, Broston, with his flamer that'll have a pilot light that'll be casting very stray amounts of light down.
Pilot light. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then the part where they're going through and the shelling starts and all the rats start fleeing and they run through the group. And they knock one of the guys down and he's like, they were in my mouth. And Gaunt's like, I didn't think I'd die like this from rat diseases, but I guess everyone's got to go sometime. They don't talk about that again. No. Apparently getting bit by rats is not enough to kill you, turns out. Turns out. That's it. Those are my notes. Good stuff.
Excellent. Yeah. I think we're done with the book.
We're done. Let's do Sabbat Martyr for next week.
Yeah, Sabbat Martyr.
Excellent.
And then only 8 more books in the series. So we're next book, I think, is officially the halfway.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. That it?
That's it.
That's it. That's going to be it from us then. This has been Falcon Paladin and Somicron with another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. You can support the podcast in many different ways. You can subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Somicron. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/@Somicron as well. You can go to patreon.com/Somicron and be a patron on a monthly basis there. You can buy merch at falconpaladin.store. We'll be back next week with more talking about stuff. Maybe we'll talk about this season finales for Frieren and for Sentence to be a Hero. And the Sabbat Martyr in the Gaunt Ghost series. So thanks.